Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? A gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do? And you know why I do it. It is Wednesday morning. It is January 7th. And it is, let me check here, 3:45 in the a.m. I want to talk about something that took up a lot of time and space last week. And I need to say, the whole level of conversation that needs to be had was avoided because we took up a lot of time and space on, I want to say, the minutia. Okay, here we go. Pastor Jamal Bryant. You know, Jamal has been very vocal about matters of social justice. He was very vocal about the Target boycott. He's been very vocal about a lot of things. Okay. And one of the things that took up a lot of time and space last week was the dress his wife wore to an event. Now, the dress was lace. Let me say this before I get into the conversation about the dress. I read a lot of stuff on fashion and style. Okay. Now, knowing that, I have a pretty good idea of what's what. Now, mind you, I don't have the money to floss like I want to. And I don't have the occasions to floss like I want to. Should I say floss and flex? Okay. That being said, I'm basically jeans, t-shirt, jeans, Oxford, jeans, hoodie, jeans, tennis shoes, jeans, Tim's, jeans, boots. Notice the, I want to say the foundational fashion pieces. Jeans. Preference, Lee or Levi. Okay. Preference, denim. Now I do have a couple of pairs of what they call flex denim, you know, with the spandex, which are basically denim tights, but for the most part, denim. Trying to get my hands on some reasonably priced selvage denim and neppy denim. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Okay? So, selvage and neppy are a little pricey. That's why I said reasonably priced. Anywho, that has nothing to do with, just wanted to let you know I know a little bit about fashion. Okay? Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife wore a dress that had a lace bodice and a flesh tone slip attachment. Oh, baby, the Saints had a field day. The Saints had a field. When I say they had a field day, you just need to look up Jamal Bryant's wife dress to see the photos, okay? It's on Google. Yeah. So the saints were concerned about the dress, and they linked the dress to her personal salvation. Then they called Jamal out. Then Jamal, being Jamal, said he chose the dress for his wife. Okay. Now here's my 2 cents on the whole subject. People were more concerned about the dress and linking the dress, and dare I say the word modesty, to this woman's relationship with Christ. Because that's just what saints do, right? We focus on what we deem as the rules as opposed to the relationship. Yeah, that's what we do. You know, we practice legalism. Notice I said we, because I catch myself every now and again going back to what the saints call the old time way. Okay? Jamal's rebuttal also included the fact that they raised money during this event for HBCUs. That wasn't mentioned. The focus and the fixation was on his wife's dress. Okay, now getting back to my 2 cents, which is probably a nickel by now. Was the dress appropriate, and this is my opinion, for the occasion? I don't think so. And not for the reasons that you think. I want to throw a word in here. Appropriate. Now, I say appropriate because you knew who you were inviting to this function. You knew your position for this function. Right? So, you knew your audience. Your presentation caused the distraction for your audience. See, when things happen, we want to project. We always want to project. That's our natural mechanism. That's our natural sense of defense. I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't said, it's as old as Bible stories. Adam and Eve. It's this woman you gave me, Lord. Never mind the fact that I knew the rules. She made me. Okay? And that's how we approach things. So, I'm going to go back to the Bible as my point of reference. You speak the language that people understand. Modesty has nothing to do with it for me. Knowing your audience. I have people tell me repeatedly, I thought you were supposed to be. And they use the word minister attached to that. And it's like, your opinion of me and your opinion of what a minister is does not change my calling. Does not change my purpose. Maybe you didn't like the words that I use. Maybe I should have chose my words differently. Maybe I should have chose a different action for my presentation. But again, your opinion does not change my calling or purpose. We all have opinions. Getting back to the core of the problem is me. What did I bring to the table? How did I present it? Could I have done it differently? Because it's always about self-examination, my relationship, my interactions, not about what you did, because I can't control you, nor do I want to. Nor do I want to live your life, just like you cannot live mine. See, we just need to look at how, again, we show up in certain situations and who and what the audience is, what we were expecting, and could we have done something a different way if we get all this blowback. Now, there's some things that, I have to go back and say I'm sorry for. There's some things that I need to, correct myself on, saying I've received some additional information or additional education on the subject matter, which changes my opinion. I have no problem doing that. And as a matter of fact, I've done it frequently here on video. But when we hold something up as a distraction, as, unholy, we have to look at our relationship with the Most High and really analyze and define what we see as holy and why we see it as holy. And does this thing, do we exalt it over our personal relationship with God? See, a lot of us are still in religion and not looking at our own relationships. The letter kills.